Forward to the cloud. All right. So for those of you who don't know me, I haven't met you yet. I can't wait to see you in Nashville in a few weeks. My name is Randa Carlisle, and I'm coming to you live from Evansville, Indiana. I see a lot of my good buddies on here, but a lot of new faces who I haven't met, and I can't wait to meet you guys soon. Raise your hand if you're going to Nashville. Okay. All right. So a couple of housekeeping notes before we get started. Now, Wendy said she was going to be a little late. So I wrote down some notes of things that I wanted to talk to you about before she gets on here. So one housekeeping note, if you didn't know, firming cream is out again. Shocker, right? So I'm just going to tell you when that stuff goes live again, if you have the funds to do it, like go ahead and order you 5 tubes if you can, because you're going to sell them, right? And you're going to make money off of them or make your money back off of them, or, put it in as a customer, put them in as a couple of customers so you're getting commission. Don't just order them in your back office. Put it in so you're getting the commission and then sell them because like people just get all excited when something is limited edition or on sale or out of stock, right? They're chomping at the bit to get it. So once that goes live again, you guys go after it and get as much of it as you can. And then another thing I want to say, for those of you who are reaching out to your brand partners on your team, or maybe your pacing partner or your friend in the business, don't let a call go by where you don't talk about conference. I've made huge mistakes in that before. For example, I had a new brand partner a couple of conferences ago, and she signed up like 2 weeks before conference started. And I'm like not asking her to go to conference. I'm like, it was in Texas. She lived in Kentucky. I'm thinking she's not going to go to conference. Guess what? She's like, why didn't you ask me to go to conference? She ended up deciding to go like 2 days before. So you never know. Always throw it out there. I feel like a travel agent this time of year, getting people to partner up in the rooms, have people who are willing to sleep in bathtubs, just to get to conference. So if you haven't been, for somebody to be willing to sleep in a bathtub, the conference is pretty good, right? I don't know if I'd sleep in a bathtub. I'm just saying. I had a hard time sleeping last night because I didn't have a sleep shoe. So I'm kind of a wimp like that. But it is definitely worth it. So I'm going to do a couple of activities with you guys here in a little bit. So take a second, if you don't have it nearby, and grab your calendar that you write down your life stuff in, your Neora, I don't know when I'm going to stop saying that, your Neora events, that kind of thing. Go ahead, grab your calendar, because we're going to work on a couple of things. But what Wendy is going to be talking about is partying. So I can promise you that she got to where she is. I don't think she started the beginning of this past month thinking that she's going to get to silver in MD. Because she was pretty far off from it, right? I heard that she did something crazy like $10,000 or $15,000 in parties in the last 2 days of the month. And so to some of you that you might think like, when am I going to have time to do that? Well, I want to give you a couple of ideas of what parties can be. Now, of course, these aren't parties all that Wendy is doing, but with that said, I know several of you feel like you're tapped out to have your own parties at your house. I've been doing this for 5 years now, and I still have parties at my own house. I will tell you, I'm kind of, I don't want to use the word sneaky. I want to say I'm kind of social about it. So number one, I moved in a newer neighborhood in the last year. And there's just a lot of people who live in this neighborhood part and then like the whole giant part of it. And so I constantly have parties at my house. I invite people over for coffee. I started a Flamingo Friday in my neighborhood, and so much comes out of that. And I'm not like, it's Neora Flamingo Friday. The last Flamingo Friday I had at my house, what we do is we ask everybody to bring an appetizer, and somebody, puts the flamingos in their yard, and then you show up at their house. Questions got to rolling, like, what is it that you do now? And a 60-year-old engineer, he was like, hey, I think I could help you with that because I know people in London. Okay, so you never know where that's going to go. Be social, be seen, be sincere, be kind. Like, that's why I don't like to use the word sneaky. I'm not having a party just so I can get down someone's Neora pants, right? I'm trying to date them first. So, and plus, like, you guys are valuable. You're not desperate for anything. And so this business is about developing relationships. If you look at And there's hardly a month that goes by if I don't get 1 to 2 to 3 brand partners. And it's oftentimes just like newer relationships. If I did tabs on who are my new brand partners in the last year, they're all newer relationships. Somebody I met on a plane, somebody I met on vacation. I met somebody in a shuttle ride back to the airport recently on spring break, and we're friends on Facebook and commenting on their stuff. And I'm trying to help them with something that they have going on. And, you know, in turn, they might be interested in something I'm doing. I already had another one, an OBGYN on the trip I was on, start asking me about our products. I'm like, you know what? I have so many OBGYNs who are friends of mine who rock this business out. And she's like, you know what? I've been in network marketing before. So you need a I'm open for business party hat on all the time. And what I'm saying is party doesn't have to be go get your $25 Costco sausage and cheese and wine and worry if someone's going to show up or not, right? Those are great parties to have too, you know, definitely when people show up. But parties can be so much more. So I'm going to give you a couple of ideas besides just relationships. One is something that I'm personally, like I try to set some personal goals every month. And one thing that I'm working on this week is I'm going to reach out to 5 customers in my preferred customer list. And I already have some in mind who are newer friends of mine who I met because we were all room moms of the 3rd grade for my son. And I've developed relationships with them. They've been over for coffee. My husband's always like, why is someone over at our house for coffee every morning? I'm like, because I love people and I'm sure can learn something from them. They can learn something from me. And no. So one of the ladies I'm thinking about, she is a doll. I just love her and her personality. She's not from here. She's lived in Miami. She's lived in Pittsburgh. And now she lives in Evansville, Indiana with me. She is going on her 2nd month of firm. I just personally love to be around her. So I'm going to reach out to her tomorrow and say, hey, let's have coffee sometime. Just us, because usually it's in a big group. And then I'm going to ask her if she will host a party for me. But I actually want her to host an online party for me because she hasn't been here very long, so I know what she's going to say, right? So you have to cater to, like, who you're talking to. Like, I know absolutely she's going to be like, I don't know people here. You're the one introducing me to people. So I know she has a different network of friends. So I'm going to say, would you host an online party for me? Because I want to help you get your products for free, right? Would you like to, you love the firming cream. You've lost a bunch of weight recently and know you want to keep using it. Would you have an online party? Like, you do not have to do anything. I will set it all up. You invite the people and we'll go from there. So I'm going to work on that with 5 different customers. So that's a personal goal of mine. Find parties to go to. So I don't like Miriam events to host events, but I like Facebook events to go to, like look in Facebook events to go to. Like I've been to salad making parties lately. I've been to stuff that like I typically probably wouldn't say yes to, but you need to get out there and meet new people all of the time because this is relationship marketing. And several of these faces I see on here, yeah, you may be getting people who've been watching you for a long time, but you also need to be constantly meeting new parties. So find places and parties to go to for sure. And then the next thing I want to do with you guys is, I said, get your calendars out. This is a busy month. I know I saw several hands that are going to conference. And so I looked at my calendar and I have 2 parties planned for this month. One of them, okay, this is another friendly thing I'm doing, partially because I would do this for her because I really like her, but a friend of mine, she's obsessed with Matilda Jane clothing. And I, a lot of times, buy her used clothing for my daughter because the stuff's really expensive and it wears really well. And she has tons of it, like 4 totes of it in size 2, 4, 6, and 8. And I'm like, you know what? I know a lot of people in size 2, 4, 6, and 8 for their kids who would probably buy this. Why don't you bring, and she's not from here. She doesn't know as many people as me. I'm like, why don't you bring all that stuff over to my house? I'll have some people over. And guess what? I'm going to be developing relationships with people who are going to say, oh, I just saw you on vacation. Oh, I saw your firming creams out. So that's going to, and it's a nice thing to do. Like, I'm helping her. She's a school teacher. I'm sure she could use some extra cash being that she spent gazillion dollars on those clothes, right? So it's just a nice thing to do. And then I'm also hosting a Flamingo Friday party. So those are 2 non-Neora parties. So I'm like, okay, this month, I personally need for myself 2 more. And so I'm writing in my calendar right now, and I suggest you do the same. Think of maybe like 2 dates that work for you. And you don't have to say what you're doing that day, but take this time right now, because I know you won't do it when you get off your phone, because you got to put the kid in the bathtub, you got to take your sleep chew, you got to do something, right? And you won't do it. So take the time to write down at least 4 dates before conference, and then probably 2 after conference, because guess what's going to happen after conference? If you're not planning a launch party, you are behind schedule. Guys, Acme products, it's going to blow this company up, all right? Our sunscreen, everybody's looking for a great sunscreen. I don't know about you guys, but I have the hardest time finding a sunscreen that I can tolerate. And I know this one's just going to work for me. Like, I put sunscreen on, I feel like my face is on fire, like I got a chemical pill or something. So a lot of people are looking for a great sunscreen. So make sure you're planning stuff for after too. So all I'm saying is at least, 4 to 6 this month. Go ahead and write the dates that you can work. Now, wait a minute. Who has this water bottle?
Hey.
Wendy, are you on?
I am. Can you see me, Miss Brenda?
I can't see you, but I'm going to add you in. Let's see here. All right, so Wendy is on here. So let me just talk about her for a little bit before she starts talking. Thank you so much, Wendy, for jumping on here. So I have known Wendy just a little bit after I started this company. I started with this company, and I immediately connected to her because we kind of have that like country girl twang going on. She's from an area that I used to actually work in as my first TV reporter job, and I know the area she works in. Okay, so rewind back a little bit. Many of you know I used to be a pharmaceutical rep. We always had reps who would complain to their managers and say, it's not fair because I live in a poverty area and no one can afford this drug, and I'm competing against people in like Chicago or Indianapolis, and they're getting better access and they're getting more scripts because people can afford it there. And our manager is always like, don't use that excuse. People need things everywhere. She is that person. Like, she lives in an area where I don't know what the average income is, but it's not that great. I know that because my first TV job was in Hazard, Kentucky, which she has a lot of people in that area. And here's the thing. People, even in a recession, will spend money to look good, right? And this is also an opportunity. We've been taught to, go to school, work hard, get a job, and to dismiss opportunities. So not only is she helping people look better and feel better, she also is giving people opportunities who really, really need it. And she's teaching them how to be successful. She's not just signing them up and being like, peace out, good luck with that. You know why I know this? What I told you a while ago. It's the first day of the month. Guess where Wendy Hatton is? She has been doing a party. All right? Who knows how many parties she has this month? She probably has one in her organization. So not just personal parties, probably 4 or 5 times a week, I would imagine, at the pace that she's going. So Wendy, go ahead and jump on and tell us how you're getting it done, because I'm so proud of you for ranking up to Silver NMD, and I know you probably weren't even thinking that was on your radar a couple months ago.
It wasn't. It sure wasn't. Can you hear me okay, Brenda?
Yeah.
No, it was nowhere near on my radar. But sometimes if you want something, you really have to just make a go for it. And I think a lot of times, I know I'm scared to make a goal because, and run for something because I'm afraid of failing. And it holds us back, and we want to stay where we're comfortable. And so like she said, anybody can do this business. There's nothing, if I can build this business in the most highest poverty area in the state, in the country, it's just people want our products. And you guys first have to have belief in that. If you're not confident in it, they're not going to be confident in it. I look at someone, how much money I'm going to save them, how I can help them. If you're thinking, oh my gosh, everybody's broke, whatever, thoughts are things, people, all day long. They teach us that, and it's just, it's the truth. So for example, I over doubled my business in 1 month that I was not on radar to do. But I set a goal so high that it scared me and it challenged me at the same time. And I thought, so if you're running for something, if you're brand new, if you're just running for that director bonus, I tell you the easiest way to do it. Running for Lexus, it's not rocket science. Go have parties. You need to share that excitement with people, and you need to ask people to join your business. That's the thing. I did a game plan with a girl that reached out to me, and she said, Wendy, I've been in this business 2 years, struggling to get my product free. I said, are you having parties? She said, oh no, people don't show up at my parties. I said, well, I'm just curious. What are you doing? She said, I'm posting on Facebook every day. If you're just posting on Facebook, people are not going to call you and say, I want to join your team. I said, have you ever asked anybody to join your team? She said, looked at me like I had said something. Listen, if you guys can get customers, you can get brand partners. Actually, brand partners, I think, are way easier than customers. It's your mindset, So what I did, I asked her, I said, you've never asked anybody to join you in the business? She's like, no. I said, who do you think would be good at it? Let me get some of your customers off. And she did. I said, I want to talk to this one on the telephone today. And she's like, what? I said, I want to talk to him. She joined the business. She called somebody else the next day, and guess what? They joined the business. She had never asked anybody to be on her team. So if I want somebody on my team, I'm going to tell them. I don't waste my time looking for people that I don't want to work with. And because I just don't want a warm body. I think somebody's going to be good. I'm going to tell them why they're going to be good. If you give somebody a compliment, people, they're not going to slap you. Like, listen, you have the personality. You're so much fun. And I know you're working all this extras, these side jobs to pay for your kids' sports. I think you'd really like what I do. And I can show you a way to pay for those sports without doing. Find out why it would do for them. People, you have to be friends with people too. I'm not saying, this opportunity of a lifetime. This company will change your life. And if you're not, at that point, I remember when I joined the business, I probably changed your life. I'm like, what does that mean? That's different to everybody. But I knew the people like Randa. I met Randa later. I knew the people. I met Jennifer Givens. I saw people that, were moms that were busy, that were doing it. And I knew them, and I got to know them. And then when I saw them driving Lexus cars, and even though I didn't have the story, even though I didn't have the income, I knew that it was real, and I had belief in that. And that's the biggest thing. You guys need to believe this. You need to believe it, and you need to believe you're worth it. And then parties are the fastest way, hands down. When you reach out, people, don't send a Facebook invite. Don't send, hey, I'm having a party. You want to come? Don't. Call them. Amy Todd on my team. February 21st, she did not have an auto delivery. Amy Todd, as of today, has 39 team members on her team. Because she took my advice. She's like, okay, what do I need to do? I'm going to text them. I said, do not text them. I said, call them. She's like, I don't want to talk to people. I said, Amy, how did I bring you in this business? She said, you called me and I did not even want to talk to you. But she started calling people. And we started calling more people. And people were hearing her excitement. And then when she got her first paycheck, she called all of her girlfriends and said, you're not going to believe this paycheck I've made. You need to show up. I need to show you how to do this. So your first party may not start with a lot of people, but the key is you reach out and you call, and you follow up. Tell them what it means to you to be there. Say, I have found a way to make some extra income for my kids. I have found a way. People will do things if it means something to you. And then you're going to remind them of the party and just say, I need you here. I had a party. I had 2 parties last night on Zoom with the team in Tennessee. I hadn't even got that girl announced. I got a girl in Tennessee, been in the business 10 days. That's almost an area marketing director. Okay, I know it sounds crazy. You know what we did though? We had 3 parties a day. We had a party after school at 3 o'clock. We had a party for them to drop in at the salon at 5. Had another one at 7. Yesterday, I couldn't get there because it was 6 hours away. And she's like, Wendy, I'm going to pull these people. Listen, she's not waiting on me to get down there. If you're waiting on somebody to come and do your parties, then you're hurting yourself. I had I had one person, let's see now, two. Somebody helped me with 2 parties. That was it. You're going to find your way to do a party, okay? And because it's going to be about you. So I just went with it. And that's why I've been using laminated before and after pictures since the day I started. Because I didn't know those slides and videos. I don't like watching videos. I wouldn't have signed with that. Tell me a story about somebody. Tell me a story. Stories sell it. The product works. So I tell the stories. So anyway, Haley, that girl yesterday, she said, Wendy, I got a few people that want to rank up. She said, I know you can't get here. She zoomed me in on her television, and I did 2 parties back to back yesterday, and we sold $7,000. And I was sitting here in my chair. I'm training her. She printed off laminated before and after pictures. She was on my Vanna White holding the bottles up. She took the pictures, did the party, and she's like, it's not complicated. She's excited. And she was showing pictures, and when those people were pulling those eye patches off, they were looking at each other like, oh. Sample the products, prove it works, and have fun, and just reach out to people because they work. I mean, I've had 2 parties over $10,000 this month. I did that one last night. I've had several over $5,000 and $6,000 this month. You know how you see how it was. You can change your business really quickly that way. But you've got to set the goals and you got to do the activity. See, when I made a big goal to rank up, I wanted it. And it scared me to death. I was afraid to tell anybody. But what I did, I put it out there. And then it makes me want to cry. But I put it out there and I worked backwards. And every day I thank God. I was grateful for what I had. And I thank God. And I just saw it and believed it and I kept doing it. Now, if you guys are not partying right now, I have a party in my organization. Miranda says 3 or 4 times a week. I have a party in my organization every single day of the week. And we help each other out, even if they're not downlines. We find pockets and friends. Who's having a party here tonight? We always have somebody. So if somebody joins, I'm always saying, hey, do you know somebody in the next town over? And I'm like, yeah, my friend Sarah's over there tomorrow night. See, I'm not doing all the parties. My friend Sarah's there, so Sarah's partying in that town. But if you want to see massive change, get out of that comfort zone and party. I can't imagine this is how I did it before. I mean, don't get me wrong. I do Facebook party. I think I do one. I didn't even do one in March. Didn't do one Facebook party. I did. I got out there and we called people and we all made an effort and we have fun. When people see you having fun, they want to show up. But it can single-handedly change everything on your business. And now today when they announce the double trip volume and these new products, listen, sky's the limit where you can take it. And if you ever want to get the nerve to get out of your comfort zone, get out of it this month. And because when you start building now and the products launch, just wait for it to explode. I don't know anything else to say. It's just, everybody's asking about doing parties. I'm like, this is the easy part. This is the fun part of the business. This is the part I enjoy. People don't show up. You get 2 people first party, great. The thing is, have another party planned. It depends. And it may not be for everybody who wants to run fast. But if you want to hit a big goal, have a couple parties a week. That way you can call your friend up. Hey, and impromptu parties are the best. You don't get people when you say, hey, are you busy tomorrow? They don't have a lot of options there. Yes or no. They say, I am. Well, how about Thursday? I always have a backup plan. I just ask them, are you busy? And then Amy Todd, I have to brag on this girl. Her and I were traveling to Tennessee, and she's signing brand partners over the phone. And you've ever heard anybody say, okay, send me some information? Amy said, I'm not sending you any information because that's your excuse to get off the phone with me, and I want you to do this business with me. She called them out on it. And listen, here too. Amy called at Haley, that I haven't even announced as a premier director in a week. She was a referral. Amy called a family member that did not want to do the business and said, can you tell me somebody of influence in your town that people love? I'm looking to expand my business. She gave her Haley's number. She called Haley. Haley's a hairstylist. She said, hey, my Aunt Jan gave me your number. And she said, I need to talk to you. I'm also a stylist. I want to introduce you to a company that's been working for me. And Haley said, I'm not interested. I don't have time for direct sales. I've been there and done that. I'm not doing it again. Amy said, give me 3 to 5 minutes on the phone and I'll shut up and hang up. Haley joined that night with a $1,000 package and earned a Lexus car in a week. People, you get your feelings hurt too easy. Everybody's like, oh, they're not interested. Amy Todd actually joined me in the business a year ago. Wasn't coming for her. She joined me because her husband built my house, and he said, oh, you need to help Wendy out and join the business. I said, I ain't doing that business. Wendy don't need help. We're in the same county. Amy lives just down the road from me. She said, Wendy's got the market saturated. You ever heard that? I never gave up on Amy, though, because I knew she would be great. So don't give up on those people, too, if you want to. Reach out back to the people who may have joined you. Maybe the timing wasn't right. Thank God. I mean, look what I did with Amy. And now it's produced something that just, you have a chance with Neora. If you're not going back to those people or the people that started with you that were good, go back and say, hey, I understand it wasn't timing for you. I'd love to have you back. You are awesome. And I think you're going to absolutely freak out when you see this new compensation plan. And that's all I did. So, Randy, I don't know if you want me to elaborate any more on that. I don't know. Like I said, to me, it's just like, I'm crazy. Hey, guys, I haven't been to bed yet.
Yeah. And still look like that. And I bet you had like a couple hot dogs today too, right?
I didn't have the hot dog today. I haven't had any time to even, I swear, I've ate hardly today. It's been crazy.
Oh my gosh. I love it. And guys, front loading your month is so important. And so, if you took a 5-minute breather, fine, but it's time to go again. So it's going to be a huge month. You don't want to miss out on it. I mean, I know I'm going to be calling everybody in my organization to see what parties they have planned and how I can help out with them and zooming in or being there, or whatever that is. And side note, guys, big congratulations to your mom and dad for also hitting National Marketing Director this month.
That was way off radar.
That's so awesome. Well, I'm so proud of you, and I just love you to pieces. I love your heart for others and how much you help everybody and how you just have some grit. Now, don't be intimidated by all that she does, because if you are right now having 1 party a month or 0 parties a month and you're like, how do I even start there? And you don't have maybe big goals like she does. I get it. Like, please don't be intimidated by that. But if you have a next step goal, if you're having 1 party a month, maybe have 2 or 3. Now, if you're somebody I see on here like, okay, Delana Hare, for example, she's just like one of those go-getter people, and she's going to be like, oh my gosh, I can do this. I'm going to be calling everybody in my organization, and I'm going to make sure there's a party every night because that's how she did it. I'm going to do that. I know I can do that. And I can tell you, like, Wendy's a very real and realistic person, and she obviously has the grind and the grit, but that's something that you can have too. Like, some things that, people are born with, right? I mean, you can actually physically go out and do these things, right? And so she's giving you real how-tos on how to build your business and how to double your business. And that's going to happen again this month. And I kind of feel like if you have a big goal, like, just don't let this time pass you by. We talked earlier before she got on to make sure before you get off the phone tonight or before you go do your next thing, go to bed, put your kids in the bath or whatever, write down what nights you can have parties for this month before we get to conference, and then after we get back for those launch parties for the new products as well. So thank you, Wendy. I appreciate your time.
And Rand, I want to add to that. You're exactly right. Listen, I don't run like this all the time. People can't do this all the time, okay? But if you're running for something, if you are, then you have your hustle moments. But you're not going to do this forever. None of us can party every day of our life either. So like she said, I'm not saying that to scare everybody. I set a huge goal and I wanted to run for it. Right. But that being said, like you said, when I started the business, it really was, they told me to have a party twice a month. I said, I'm going to have one once a week, So it's those little things that add up. But my point is they do work, and if you want to just an explosion, just get excited, call some people, because they can hear your excitement. Like I said, if I can't get them on the telephone, I do leave a voice message to them, and because I want them to hear the excitement through a voice text or something like that. But yeah, set those kind of goals. Like, so that's not all that I don't. Yeah, because I can scare some people with parties. It's just when they tell me that I could have parties and be successful in a business, I say, well, if you're telling me this is work, because I have a lot of fun. So to me, I don't think it's work. It's like, it's an adrenaline rush. Like, I get to help so many people. And when people message me their paychecks and like how it's changing their life, see, I get adrenaline off that. So, but thanks for having me on. Listen, you guys, yeah, you got this rock star here. Like Miranda and I, we have fun. And I think that's what we want y'all to know. If you're not having fun in it, you're doing it wrong. Just have some fun. And I can't wait to see y'all next month or this month. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I know, right? Just a few weeks. Well, thank you guys all for jumping on. And this is recorded and we'll post it. And Wendy, I can send it to you too if you need it for some.
Absolutely. Listen, I always need some backup on it. Yeah. Tell somebody else. Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good night.